Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Otis-Bison Cougar broadcast. Today, we will be finding ourselves at not Hayes, wrong place. We will be finding ourselves at Dighton, Kansas. Today, who's playing is the Otis-Bison Cougars versus the Dighton Hornets. Here in about 2 minutes and 8 seconds, we will have the national anthem played by the Dighton band, and then we will get to know our starting lineup.
So put the light negative there. And then take it back down afterwards.
Welcome to tonight's game between the Dighton Hornets and the Otis-Bison Cougars. We'll start with our lineup for tonight. Starting with the Otis-Bison, 5'9" freshman number 2, Zoe Schwinn.
First up for the Cougars, you have number 2, Zoe Schwint. First up for the Hornets, you have number 5, Ali von Leon Road. Sorry if I said that wrong. Next up for the Cougars, you have number 12, Johanna Ballman. Check that, number 13, Johanna Ballman. Next up for the Dighton Hornets, you have number 11, Tracy Kramer. Next up for the Cougars, you have number 14, Macy Wilsey. Next up for the Hornets, you have number 13, Brianna Moglin, I believe it's how it's said. Next up for the Cougars, you have number 15, Haley Morrison. Next up for the Hornets, you have number 15, Jessie Whippy. Last up for the Cougars, you have number 24, Abigail Rodriguez. And last up for the Dighton Hornets, you have number 25, Mackenzie Doris. Now we know our starting lineup. Let's hear the national anthem.
Handy, Ali von Leon Rod, Grace Dighton, and Katie Bowden.
The tip-off will start here very, very shortly. Ball is up. Looks like the ball goes over to the Hornets. That is number 11 with the ball. Tracy's going to throw the ball over to McKenzie. Now over to Allie. Back to McKenzie. Over to Tracy once again. Now over to the intersection to number 15, Jesse, but it's stolen by the Cougars. Number 24, Abigail Rodriguez with the ball. Now bringing it back up the court, or down the court. Over to Johanna at the far wing, going to the top of the key. Going to throw over to Haley Morrison. Now over to Abby. Back to Haley at the top of the key. Over to Johanna. Going to throw it back to Abby, who's also now at the top of the key. Back to Johanna at the far wing. Back over to Abby to the close wing. Back to Johanna at the top of the key. Back to Abby, but it slips out of her hands and looks like Allie gets the ball and bringing it back up the court. Find herself at the close corner. Over to number 13, Brianna. Back over to Allie. Back to McKenzie at the far wing, going in for 3 points, and it is good for 3. Abby with the ball now, bringing it back down the court. Going to throw it over to Haley at the far corner, or at the close corner, I should say. Haley is going to throw it back over to Abby at the close wing, now at the top of the key. Abby's going to bring it all the way to the far corner. We're going to throw it over to Johanna, going in for 3 points, and it is good for 3. Allie will be throwing the ball back into Tracy, making her way back up the court. She's going to find herself near the far corner, going to throw it over to Brianna. Back over now to Allie, going in for 2 points, and it is no good. Johanna Bowman with the rebound, bringing it back down the court. Going to find herself over at the far wing. Now over to Haley Morrison at the close wing. Haley's going to bring the ball over to Abby at the far wing. Over to Johanna at the top of the key, going in for 3 points, and it is no good. Ball falls out of bounds against the Cougars. Turnover to the Hornets. Number 5, Allie will be throwing the ball in to number 11, Tracy. Making her way back up the court with the ball. Ball's thrown over to McKenzie. Now over to number 15, Jesse. Trying to go for 2 points, but is stopped by the Cougars. Looks like Jesse will have the opportunity to get a point or two for the Hornets. Ball is up. Shot is no good for a Hornet point. Jesse will have one more opportunity for another point for the Hornets. Second shot is up, and it is good for the Hornets. Abby with the ball now, bringing it back down the court. Going to throw it over to Haley at the close wing. Haley's going to bring it over to Johanna at the top of the key. Throw it over to Macy at the mid post. Throw it over to Abby at the far corner. Abby's going to throw it back over to Macy, but it's stolen by number 13, Brianna. Now handed off to Tracy, bringing the ball back up the court. Throw it over to McKenzie, back to Tracy, back over to Brianna. Looks like Haley Morrison steals it and throws it over to Johanna, but looks like number 5, Allie, steals it again, bringing it back over to the Hornet side, passing it over to Tracy, going in for 3 points, and it is good for 3. Abby with the ball now, throwing it over to Johanna. Johanna's going to throw it all the way over to Haley, but it doesn't quite reach her hands, and it falls out of bounds. Turnover to the Hornets. Allie will be throwing the ball in to Tracy, bringing the ball back up the court, but it looks like she's going to throw it over to McKenzie. Back to Allie. Allie's going to throw it back over to Tracy at the top of the key. She's going to throw it over to Jesse. Back over to Allie at the top of the key now. Over to the far corner to number 13, Brianna. Tries going in for a few points, but is no good. But looks like McKenzie with the rebound. There's a call on the court. The call is holding against the Cougars. Number 21, Austin comes in for number 13, Brianna, for the Hornets. Ball is thrown into Austin, but it looks like Zoe Schwinn steals the ball, hands it off to Johanna, bringing it back down the court. Johanna's going to throw the ball over to Macy at the low post, but tries to throw it over to Zoe Schwinn at the high post. Looks like Haley was trying to go in for a layup, but it looks like the refs call a jump ball. Johanna will be throwing the ball back in for the Cougars. Ball is thrown over to Zoe Schwinn, bringing it back up to the top of the key, over to Johanna. Over to Macy at the far wing. Now back to Johanna at the low post, going for 2 points, and it is good for 2. Allie throws the ball over to Tracy, now over to Mackenzie. Now back over to Allie. Over to Austin at the top of the key. Not Austin, over to Mackenzie. Now ball thrown back to Allie, going in for 2 points, and it is no good. Looks like a jump ball was called against the Cougars. Tracy throws the ball in to Mackenzie throwing it back to Tracy at the far corner. Ball's handed in to Jesse. Johanna steals it, throwing it over to Abby at the far wing, throwing it over to Macy, going in for 2 points, and it is good for 2. Allie throws the ball over to Tracy. And bringing it back over to Mackenzie at the top of the key. Ball is thrown over to Jesse now at the close wing. Jesse throws it back over to Tracy. Going in for 3 points, but it's no good. Johanna Bowman with the rebound. But looks like Tracy steals it and puts it in the basket for 2 points, and it is good. Abby with the ball now, bringing it back up the court. Going to throw it over to Haley at the far corner. Now over to Zoe Schwinn, also at the close corner, I should say. Back with over with Haley, trying to throw the ball over to Abigail, but it looks like the ball rolls out of the court, and it will remain with the Cougars, though. Johanna throws the ball in to Macy, back to Johanna, now over to Abby at the top of the key, back over to Johanna. Johanna's going to throw it all the way over to Haley at the close wing. She's going to bring it over to the high post, but try to throw it over to Johanna, but is stolen by the Hornets. Looks like there's a call on the court. Number 13, Johanna Ballin, was caught holding. Allie throws the ball in to number 11, Tracy, bringing it back up the court. She's going to throw it over to number 10, it looks like. Tommy, sorry if I said that wrong, but it looks like the Cougars steal it. Ball's thrown over to Abby, back to Johanna at the top of the key, now over to Zoe Schwinn, now over to Haley at the close corner, going in for 2 points. Not 2, but for 3, but it's no good. Johanna Ballman with the rebound, going to throw it up for 3 points, and it is good for 3. Allie throws the ball in to Tracy, bringing the ball back up the court. Tracy throws it over to Austin. Austin throws it back over to Tommy. Back over now to Tracy, going in for 3 points, and it is good for 3. Oh, that was wrong. There we go. Score is correct now. Looks like the Hornets call for a 30-second timeout. Be back in 30. Looks like both teams returned to the court. Looks like number 3, Destiny Mitchell, came in for Abigail. Johanna throws the ball in to Destiny. Back to Johanna, bringing it back down the court. Johanna finding herself at the top of the key. Going to throw it over to Destiny at the far wing. Destiny's going to throw it back over to Haley at the top of the key. Ball is thrown over intended for Macy, but it looks like number 11, Tracy, steals it, bringing it back up the court. She's going to try to go in for 2 points, and it is no good, but it looks like there's a call on the court. Looks like number 2, Zoe Schwint, was caught holding. Tracy will have the opportunity to get a point or two for the Hornets. Ball's up. The first shot is good for the Hornets. Second shot is up, and it is also good for the Hornets. Cougars with the ball now. Johanna bringing it back down the court. She's going to find herself at the top of the key. Going to throw it over to Haley. Now over to Zoe Schwinn at the close corner. Back to Haley at the close wing. Ball is brought over to Dustin Mitchell near the top of the key. Ball is thrown over to Macy. Now over to Zoe Schwinn at the lower post, going in for 2 points, and it is good for 2. Tracy throws the ball in to Mackenzie. Now over to Tracy again, bringing it back up the court. Going to throw it over to Tommy. Now over to number 4, Aiden. Sorry if I said that wrong. She tries going in for 2 points, and it is no good. Turnover to the Cougars. Johanna throws the ball in to Destiny Mitchell. Back to Johanna, bringing it back down the court. Ball is thrown over to Zoe Schwinn at the close wing. Ball is handed to the high post to Macy Wilsey. Lower post, Haley Morrison going in for 2 points, and it is good for 2. Number 4, Aiden throws the ball in to Tracy, bringing the ball back up the court. Find herself near the lower post. Going to try to go in for 2 points, and it is good for 2. Johanna with the ball now, bring it back down the court. Going to bring the ball over to the far corner. Throwing it over to Haley at the low post, going up for 2 points, and it is good for 2. Looks like Haley will have an opportunity to get a point for the Cougars. The shot is up, and it is good for the Cougars. Aiden throws the ball in to Tracy, bringing the ball back up the court. Going to find herself near the top of the key. Ball is thrown over to Tommy at the far wing. Back over to Mackenzie at the top of the key, going in for 3 points. It is no good. Macy with the ball now, throwing it over to Johanna, and that is the buzzer. That is the end of the first quarter. Your score is Hornets 16, Cougars 17. Looks like both teams break their huddle and get ready to play for the second quarter. Looks like the Cougars will be starting off with the ball this time. Johanna will be throwing the ball in to Abigail. Abby throws it over to the close wing to Haley Morrison. Haley's going to throw the ball over to Leila Kenyon at the top of the key. Ball's thrown over to Macy. Ball's handed off to Johanna going to the far corner. Handed off to Leila. Now over to Haley Morrison. Trying to go in for 2 points, and it is no good. Looks like number 11, Tracy, was caught pushing against the Cougars. Johanna throws the ball in to Leah LeCanyon. Now over to Haley Morrison at the close wing. Over to the top of the key to Abigail. Now back to Haley. Haley throws it over to Leah LeCanyon. Now over to the Abigail at the close corner, going in for 3 points, and it is no good. Number 11, Tracy with the rebound, bringing it back up the court. Going to find herself near the top of the key. Throw it over to Mackenzie at the close wing. Now over to Brianna. Back to Mackenzie at the close wing again. Back over to Tracy. Over to the far corner to Brianna, going in for 3 points, and it is good for 3. Never mind, it is good for 2. Abby with the ball, now bringing it back up the court, or down the court. Throwing it over to Johanna. Johanna's going to bring it over to Abby at the far corner. Bringing it up to the top of the, going to throw it over to Leela Kenyon. Now over to Haley Morrison at the top of the key. Ball is stolen by the Hornets, it looks like. Allie throws the ball in to number 11, Tracy, bringing the ball back up the court. Going to throw it all the way to Brianna, going in for 3 points, just barely missing. Number 11, Tracy with the rebound, trying to go for 2 points as well, but it's no good. Cougars with the rebound. Johanna bringing it back up, or down the court, I should say. Johanna's going to hand the ball off to Abby, going to the top of the key. Now over to Haley, also at the top of the key. She's going to throw it over to Leela. Over to Johanna now at the far wing. Johanna's going to go in for 3 points, and it is no good, just barely missing. Number 11, Tracy with the ball, now bringing it back up the court. Going to throw it over to Jesse. Looks like there's a call on the court. Looks like the call is against, I believe Haley Morrison got a interfering call. Ball is up. Shot is good for the Hornets. Jesse will have one more opportunity for a point for the Hornets. The ball is up. The second shot is no good. Leela Kenyon with the rebound. She's going to throw it over to Johanna Bauman, bringing it back down the court. Johanna throws it over to Haley. Haley's going to bring it to the top of the key, hand it off to Abby. Now over to Macy at the far wing. Going to the far corner. But it looks like Johanna gets it and putting it in the basket, which is good for 2 points. Tracy with the ball, now bringing it back up the court. She's going to throw it over to Brianna, over to Mackenzie, back to Brianna again, going in for 3 points, and it's good for 3. Abby with the ball, now bringing it back up the court, or down the court. Over to Haley Morrison at the close wing. Haley's going to bring it over to the low post. Looks like there's a call on the court. It will remain with the Cougars. The call is a jump ball. Johanna Ballman will be throwing the ball in to Macy Wilsey. Now over to Abigail. Back to Johanna at the close corner. Over to Abby at the top of the key. Just barely, almost losing it, but she keeps the ball. Going to the lower post, or far corner. Back over to Macy at the high post. She's going to throw it over to Haley. She's going to try. She's at the low post. Going to try to go for 2 points, but it's no good. Number 11, Tracy with the ball, now bringing it back up the court. She's going to throw it over to Mackenzie. Now over to Brianna. Back over to number 25, Mackenzie. Going to try to go in for 2 points, and it is no good. Looks like number 15, Haley Morrison, got a intentional interference called on her, I believe the call is. Jesse will have the opportunity to get a point or two for the Hornets. The first shot is up, and it is no good. She will have one more opportunity. The second shot is up, and it is good for the Hornets. Abby with the ball now. She's going to throw it over to Macy. Back to Abby, bringing it back down the court. Abby's going to bring it over to the far corner. Ball is knocked out of her hands by number 25, Mackenzie. It will remain with the Cougars, though. Johanna will be throwing the ball back in to Macy at the far corner. Over to the far wing to Abby. Abby throws it to the close wing to Haley Morrison. Now at the high post, going to throw it over to Johanna at the far wing, going in for 3 points, and it is no good. Haley Morrison with the rebound, going to throw it over to Macy. She's at the high post, going to throw it over to Johanna at the top of the key. She's going to try to go for 3, and it is no good. Rihanna with the rebound, trying to throw it over to Aiden, but is stolen by the Cougars. But it looks like there's a call. Not a call, but it looks like the Cougars call for a 30-second timeout. Be back in 30. Looks like both teams return to the court and get ready to play. Looks like Johanna Ballman will be throwing the ball back in for the Cougars. Macy Wilson with receiving the ball. It looks like there's a call on the court immediately. I believe the call was against number 13, Brianna. Macy will have the opportunity to get a point or 2 for the Cougars. The first shot is up, and it is no good. Macy will have one more opportunity for another point. Second shot is up, and it is good for the Cougars. Allie with the ball now, bringing it back up the court. Find herself near the top of the key. Going to throw it over to Aiden. Back over to Austin. Over to Mackenzie at the far wing, going in for 3 points, and it is no good. Haley Morrison with the rebound. She's going to hand it off to Johanna, bringing it back down the court. Ball is thrown over to Abigail at the far wing. Looks like the ball is knocked out of Abigail's hands, but it will be turned over to the Hornets. Number 25, Mackenzie with the ball now, bringing it back up the court. She's going to try to go and throw it over to Alston at the close wing. And over to the top of the key to number 4, Aiden. Over to number 5 again, Mackenzie. But it looks like there's a call on the court as the ball is passed over to Tommy. The call is against number, I want to say, number 32, Leela Kenyon, was caught pushing. Tommy throws the ball up, and it is no good for a Hornet point. Leela Kenyon with the ball now. She's going to throw it over to Johanna Ballman, bringing it back down the court. Going to throw the ball over to Haley, going to try to go for 2 points, and it is no good. Call on the court. Number 10, that is Tommy Gall, got a call on her. Haley Morrison will have the opportunity for a point or 2 for the Cougars. First shot is up, and it is good for a Cougars point. Second shot is up, and it is no good for the Cougars. Allie with the ball now, bringing it back up the court. She's going to throw it over to Jesse. Now over to Austin again. Austin's going to try to throw it over to Allie, but it looks like Abby tries to steal it, but it looks like she is unsuccessful. It will remain with the Hornets. Ball is thrown in to number 5, Allie. Allie's going to throw it over to Austin at the close wing. Back over to Aiden. Aiden's going to throw it over to number 21, Austin at the near the top of the key. Going to throw it over to Allie once more. Back over to Aiden. Aiden's going to throw it over to Brianna. Back over to Austin going in for 3 points, and it's no good. Joanna with the ball now, bringing it back down the court. Joanna's going to throw the ball over to Abby near the top of the key. Abby's going to throw it over to Haley, also at the top of the key. No, back over to Johanna at the far wing. Johanna's going to go into the lower post, but she's going to throw it over to Leela Kenyon at the top of the key. Leela's going to try to go in for 2 points, but it looks like there's a call on the court. Number 15, Jessie, comes in for number 4, Aiden. Ball is thrown into Allie, making her way back up the court. Ball is knocked out of bounds by the Cougars. It will remain with the Hornets. Looks like Allie will be throwing the ball back in to number 11, but looks like number 11 is Tracy, but looks like Haley Morrison knocks the ball out of the court again. Brianna throws the ball over to number 15, Jessie, and she tries going in for 2 points, and it is no good. There's a call on the court, though. Number 32, Leila Kenyon was caught holding. She will have number 15. Jessie will have the opportunity for a point or two for the Hornets. First shot is up. It is no good for the Hornets. Number two, Zoe Schwinn comes in for number 32, Leila Kenyon. Second shot is up, and it is no good. Number 21, Austin with the rebound. Tries going in for 2 points, and it is no good. Looks like Macy with the ball now. She's going to throw it over to Johanna Ballman. She's going to try to go in for 2 points, and it is good for 2. Number 11, Tracy with the ball now, bringing it back down the court, or up the court. She's going to throw it over to Austin. Now over to Allie again. Going to bring it over to number 13, Brianna at the top of the key. Back over to number 5, Allie at the close corner. Going to try to go in for 3 points and is stopped by the Cougars. She rebounds it. Also, now she's at the close corner again, but looks like there's a call on the court against the Cougars. The call is against number 14, Macy Wilsey. She was caught pushing. Number 5, Allie will have the opportunity for a point or two for the Hornets. Ball is up, and it is good for the Hornets. Her second shot is up, and it is no good. Number 15, Jessie with the rebound. Looks like she throws it over to number 11, I believe, Tracy. Check that is number 21, Austin Handy. It looks like the ball will remain with the Hornets. Allie throws the ball in to McKenzie at the high post, going in for 2 points, and it is good for 2. Abby with the ball now, bringing it back down the court. She's going to throw it all the way over to the far corner to Haley. Looks like there's a call on the court as Haley is spotted at the high post. Looks like the call was against number 13, Brianna, was caught holding. Haley, Macy will be throwing the ball into Zoe. Back over to Macy at the low post, going in for 2 points, and it is no good. Haley Morrison trying to rebound it, but it looks like the Hornets get it. Allie with the ball now, bringing it back up the court. Hunter's up at the top of the key. Going to throw it over to Austin at the close wing. Back over to Tommy at the far wing. Over to Mackenzie at the close wing. Far wing over to number 15, Jesse, going in for 2 points, but is stopped by the Cougars. Ball is almost stolen from Haley, but it looks like she throws it over to Johanna. Back to Haley, going in for 2 points, and it is no good. 26 seconds remaining in the second half, or the first half of the game. Looks like Haley will have the opportunity to get a point or two for the Cougars. First shot is up. It is no good. Haley will have one more opportunity for another point. Second shot is up, and it is good for a Cougars point. Looks like there's a call on the court. Looks like number 21, Austin Handy, will be throwing the ball in for the Hornets. Mackenzie receives it. She's going to bring it back up the court. Find herself going to throw the ball over to Austin. Now ball is thrown over to Jesse, trying to go in for 2 points, and it is no good. Stopped by the Cougars. Looks like number 15, Haley Morrison, was caught pushing. Looks like number 15, Jesse, will have the opportunity for a point or two for the Hornets. First shot is up, and it is no good. Jesse will have one more opportunity for another point for the Hornets. Second shot is up, and the shot is good for a Hornets point. Abby throws the ball over to Macy. Back to Abby, bringing it back. Oh, looks like she was caught traveling as soon as when she received the ball. Turnover to the Hornets. Looks like number 5, Allie, will be throwing the ball in to number 25, Mackenzie. Ball was intended for Allie, but it looks like Abby knocks the ball out of bounds. Looks like Allie will be throwing the ball back into Mackenzie. Mackenzie throws it back to Allie at the far corner. Back to Mackenzie at the far wing, going in for 3 points, and it is no good. Looks like she rebounds it, throwing it over to Jesse, going in for 2 points, and it is no good. That is the buzzer. That your score is Hornets 27, Cougars 25 or 24, I should say. That is the end of the first half. Be back in 10 minutes. Welcome back to the second half of the Otis-Bison Cougar game. Otis-Bison and Hornet game. By the looks of it, looks like the Cougars will be starting off with the ball again. Looks like Johanna Bauman will be throwing the ball into Abigail. Bringing it back up to the Cougar side of the court now. Looks like Abby was caught traveling as soon as when she got to the top of the key. Turnover to the Hornets. Allie throws the ball in to Tracy, bringing it back down the court. She's going to throw it over to Brianna. Now over back to Tracy at the top of the key. Now over to number 5, Allie. Across the court over to number 13, Brianna, going in for 3 points, and it is good for 3. Macy throws the ball into Abby, bringing it back up the court. Abby's going to throw it back to Macy. Macy's going to throw it back to Abby near the top of the key. Abby's going to throw it all the way over to Haley, going in for 3 points, and it is no good. Haley with the rebound, but looks like the Hornets steal it. Tracy with the ball, now bringing it back down the court. She's going to throw it over to Brianna. Back over to Allie. Now over to number 25, Mackenzie, at the far corner. Ball is intended for number 15, Jesse, but it looks like it falls out of the court due to the Cougars. Number 5, Allie throws the ball in to Jesse. She's going to try to go in for 2 points, and it is no good. Macy Wilson with the rebound. She's going to throw over to Haley, bringing it back up the court. Looks like Haley got a call on her. Allie with the ball now, going to throw it over to Tracy, bringing it back down the court. Tracy's going to find herself near the close wing. She's going to try to go in for 2 points, and it is no good. Johanna with the ball now, bringing it back up the court. She's going to throw it over to Haley. Looks like Haley was caught traveling as she was going to try to get a layup for 2 points, but it is no good. Mackenzie throws the ball over to Tracy, bringing it back down the court. She's going to throw it over to Mackenzie again at the far wing. Back over to Tracy at the close corner, going to try to go for 3 points, and it's no good. Johanna Ballman with the ball now. She's going to try to throw it over to Zoe Schwind. Zoe's going to hand it back over to Abby. Abby's going to throw it over to the low post to Macy Wilson. Going to try to go for 2 points, and it is no good. Hornet rebound. Tracy with the ball now, bringing it back down the court. She's going to find herself near the top of the key. She's going to throw it over to number 5. Now back over to number 25, Mackenzie. Back over to Allie. Now over to Tracy at the far corner. She's going to check it across the court over to Mackenzie. Going to try to go up for 2 points, and it is no good. Brianna now at the far corner. Going to throw it over to Tracy going to the top of the key. Now the high post. Now over to Mackenzie. Back over to Allie. She's going to throw it over to the low post where Tracy is. Going to try to go for 2 points, and it is no good. Looks like the ball falls out of the court against the Hornets. It will be turned over to the Cougars. Johanna will be throwing the ball back in. Over to Zoe Schwind. Now over to over to Haley. No, over to Johanna. Back over to Abby at the close wing. Ball is intended for Macy, but it looks like it slips out of her hands and falls out of the court. Or out of bounds. Turnover to the Hornets. Ball is thrown into Tracy, bringing it back up down the court. She's going to find herself near the to the close corner. Handing off to Brianna. Back over to Mackenzie. Now over to number 5, Allie. Back to Tracy near the top of the key, going in for 2 points. For 3 points, my bad. It is no good, but number 5, Mackenzie, rebounds it, but Macy Wilson steals the ball. Looks like there's a call on the court. Looks like number 11, Tracy, was hit Macy's arms. Turnover to the Cougars. Ball is thrown in to Abby, handed back over to Johanna, bringing it back up the court. Going to find herself throwing the ball over to Abby. Abby throws it over to Macy, but it looks like the Hornets steal the ball. Tracy with the ball now, bringing it back down the court. She's going to find herself near the top of the key. Going to throw it over to number 13, Brianna, but looks like there's a call on the court. Looks like number 10, Tony, will come in for number 15, Jesse. Allie will be throwing the ball back in over to, intended for Tracy, but it looks like Haley Morrison knocks it out of bounds. Allie will be throwing the ball back into Tracy. Going to throw it over to Mackenzie now at the close wing. Mackenzie's going to try to throw it over to Tony, but she throws it over to Brianna instead. Going to try to go for 3 points, but it looks like the ball is traveling back to the Cougar side of the court. But Hornets recover and bring it back down the court. Tracy with the ball now, going to throw it over to Tony. Going to try to go in for 2 points, and it is good for 2. But there's also a call on the court. Looks like number 10, Tony, will have the opportunity for a point for the Hornets. The first shot is up, and it is no good. Abby with the ball now, bringing it back up the court. Going to throw the ball over to Macy, but it's no good. But it looks like Abby rebounds it, and then now she throws it over to Macy near the top of the key. She's going to try to throw it back over to Abby, but it is stolen by the Hornets. Looks like there's a call on the court against the Cougars. Number 15, Haley Morrison, was caught pushing. Number 4, Aiden comes in for number 11. Number 11 is Tracy, and number 3, Destiny Mitchell, comes in for number 15, Haley Morrison. Aiden throws the ball in to Mackenzie, bringing it back down the court. Find herself near the top of the key. She's going to bring it over to the low post, and she's going to throw it over to Austin. Going to try to go for 2 points, and it is good for 2. Johanna throwing the ball over to Abby. Looks like there is a call on the court. Number 5, Allie, is caught pushing Abigail. Johanna throws the ball in to Abigail, bringing the ball back up the court. She's going to throw it over to Destiny Mitchell. Destiny Mitchell throws it back over to Macy. Macy throws it over to Johanna near the close wing. Back over to Zoe Schwind. Back over to Destiny Mitchell at the close wing, going in for 3 points, and it is no good. Allie with the ball now, bringing it back down the court. She's going to find herself near the far wing. Back over to Mackenzie, also at the far wing. Back over to Allie. Allie's going to throw it over to number 4, Aiden. Back to Allie. Over to number 25, Mackenzie at the far wing, far corner, I should say. Back, Mackenzie's going to throw it over to Aiden at the close corner. Going to try to go in for 2 points, and it's no good. Zoe Schwint with the rebound, throwing it over to Abigail, bringing it back up the court. Going to throw it over to Johanna Ballman. Johanna's going to find herself near the top of the key, but it looks like there's a call on the court. Number 14, not number 14. Number 14, Macy Wilson, was caught kneeing, I believe the call was. Number 5, Allie with the ball now, bringing it back down the court. She's going to bring the ball over to Mackenzie at the far wing. Back over to Aiden at the top of the key. Over to Allie, going in for 3 points. It is no good, but looks like Tony tries to rebound it. Looks like the ball falls out of court against the Cougars. It will remain with the Hornets. Looks like Aiden will be throwing the ball back in for the Hornets. She's going to throw it over to Allie at the top of the key. Allie's going to bring it over to the far corner. Throwing over to Tony at the low post. Going to try to go in for 2 points. And it is good for the points. For the 2 points. Looks like there's a call on the court. Tony will have the opportunity for 1 point for the Hornets. The ball is up. The shot is good for another Hornet point. Cougars with the ball now bringing it back down or up the court. Abby with it. Going to throw it over to Destiny Mitchell at the top of the key. Destiny is going to bring it over to Abby at the close wing. Back over to Leela at the top of the key. Over to Destiny Mitchell at the far wing. Going to throw it over to Johanna at the close wing. Back over to the far wing. Abigail going up to 3 points. It is no good, just barely missing. Mackenzie with the rebound. Going to try to throw the ball over to Tony, and now the ball is with number 11. Tracy going to throw it all the way over to number 21. Austin putting the ball in the basket, which is good for 2 points. Abby with the ball now, bringing it back up the court. Find herself at the top of the key. Going to throw it over to Leela. Back to Abby. Ball was intended for Leela, but is kind of stopped by the Hornets. But looks like Abby makes a recovery, and looks like the Cougars call for a 30-second timeout. Back in 30, folks. Looks like both teams break their huddle and get ready to play. The Cougars will have the ball still. Johanna will be throwing the ball into Abigail, bringing it back up to the Cougar side of the court. Ball thrown over to Dusty Mitchell. Now over to Zoe Schwint, but it looks like the Hornets steal it. Aiden throwing the ball over to Allie, bringing the ball back up or down the court. Ball is thrown over to Austin, back over to Aiden. Now over to Mackenzie at the top of the key. Now at the low post, going to try to go for 2 points, and it is no good. Tony with the rebound. But as she rebounds it, but she is caught traveling. Turnover to the Cougars. 1 minute and 8 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Ball is thrown into Abigail, bringing the ball back up the court. She's going to throw it over to Zoe Schwind at the far wing. Now over to Johanna Ballman, going to the top of the key. Going to throw it back over to Zoe Schwind at the high post. Going to bring it over to Destiny Mitchell at the close wing. Now back to Johanna at the top of the key. Back over to Abigail. Now over to Zoe Schwind at the far corner. Back over to Destiny Mitchell. Back over to Abby at the far wing. Back over to Destiny Mitchell at the far corner. The ball intended for Layla Kenyon at the low post, but it looks like the ball doesn't quite make it there and rolls out of bounds. Turnover to the Hornets. Aiden throws the ball in. Allie bring the ball back up the court or down the court. Find herself near the low at the far corner. Allie throws the ball over to Aiden. Now over to Mackenzie. Ball is thrown over to Tony at the low post, but looks like she slips and the ball falls out of the court. Turnover to the Cougars. Johanna throws the ball over to Abigail, bringing the ball back up the court. Going to throw it over to Destiny Mitchell. Now over to Leela. Back over to Abby back over to Leela at the close corner. The ball was intended for Johanna Ballman, but looks like number 5. Allie tries to steal it, but it falls out of bounds. Johanna throws the ball over to Destiny, but looks like number 21 tries to take it for herself. But there's a call on the court. Number 21, Austin Handy, was caught pushing Destiny Mitchell. Zoe Schwint will be throwing the ball back in for the Cougars. Ball thrown into Leila Kenyon at the close corner. Looks like Leela gets the ball knocked from her hands, and it rolls out of bounds. Turnover to the Hornets. 2.5 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Aiden throws the ball over to Allie, but it looks like Zoe Schwint gets it instead. And that is the end of the third quarter. Your score is Hornets 39, Cougars 24. Your cheerleaders are for the Cougars is Ava Kenyon, Nevaeh McVeigh, Taylor Croissant, and Emily George. Looks like the Hornets come back to the court and get ready to play the fourth quarter. The Cougars break their huddle and get ready to play the fourth quarter as well. Hornets starting off with the ball this time. Ball is thrown over to Tracy, bringing the ball back down the court. She's going to throw it over to Kenzie. And then back over to Tracy at the far corner, going in for 3 points. It is good for two, not three. Abby with the ball now, bringing it back up the court. Going to throw it over to Haley. Now over to Marissa Reaver at the close corner. Back to Haley at the top of the key. And near the top of the key. Ball thrown over to Macy. Back to Haley at the high post. Back over to Marissa Reaver. Back to Haley. Over to the low post. Over to Macy, going in for 2 points, and it's good for two. Hornets with the ball now. Mackenzie going to throw it over to Brianna, going in for 3 points, and it's no good. Johanna Baldwin with the rebound, bringing the ball back up the court. She's going to find herself at the top of the key. Going to throw it over to Abigail, back over to Marissa Reaver now at the close corner. Over to Macy Wilson at the low post, but looks like the Hornets steal it and are going to bring it back down the court. Tracy with the ball now. Going to throw it over to number 13, Brianna. Back over to Aiden at the top of the key. Over to Brianna. Now to Mackenzie at the top of the key. Ball thrown over to Jesse. Now back over to Aiden, going in for 2 points, and it's good for two. Abby with the ball now, bringing it back up the court. She's going to bring it over to the far corner. Now over to the top of the key. She's going to throw it over to Marissa Reaver, but it looks like the ball doesn't quite stay in her hands, and it looks like the Hornets get it instead. Number 11, Tracy with the ball now, bringing it back down the court. Going to throw it over, intended for Jesse, but it looks like Haley Morrison gets the ball instead, handing it off to Abby, bringing the ball back up the court. She throws it over to Haley. Haley throws it over to Macy, going in for 2 points, and it is no good. Number 11, Tracy with the rebound, but it looks like there's a call on the court. It is a jump ball against the Hornets. It will remain with the Cougars. Macy throws the ball into Abby, back to Macy, now over to Haley, going in for 2 points, and it is no good. It looks like there's a call on the court. Looks like number 13, Brianna, was caught pushing, I believe. Haley Morrison will have the opportunity for a point or two for the Cougars. The first ball is up and is no good. Looks like number 21, Austin, and number 5, Allie, coming in for the Hornets. Haley's second shot is up, and it is good for the Hornets. Not for the Hornets, good for the Cougars, I should say. Number 11, Tracy with the ball now, bringing it back down the court. Going to throw it over to Austin. Austin's going to throw it over to Allie. Back to Austin once more at the far wing. Over to Jesse. Going to try to go in for 2 points, and it is no good. It looks like she rebounds, and she's going to throw it over to Aiden. Back over to Allie now. Allie's going to throw it over to Austin at the far wing, top of the key, and Aiden now. Close wing over to Tracy now. She's going to throw it back over to number 21. It looks like Austin. She's going to try to go for 3 points, but it is no good. Looks like there's a call on the court. Cougars will have the ball. Abby with the ball now, bringing it back up the court. She's going to throw it over to Mirth Reaver at the far corner. Makes a small mistake, and looks like there's going to be a call on the court. Looks like the Cougars call for a full timeout. Be back in about a minute. Looks like both teams return to the court and get ready to play. Johanna Ballman will be throwing the ball back in, over to Abigail at the top of the key. Now over to Haley Morrison, over to Mirth Reaver, back to Haley at the close wing, going in for 3 points, but is no good. Abigail with the rebound, but it looks like it is stolen by the Hornets. Number 11 with the ball now. Tracy with bringing the ball over to the top of the key. Ball is thrown over to number 4, Aiden, now at the top of the key as well. Ball is thrown back over to Tracy at the close wing. Over to Allie at the top of the key. Allie's going to throw the ball over to Aiden at the far corner. Back over to Allie at the far wing. Over to Tony. Now she's going to try to go in for 2 points, and it is no good. Macy throwing the ball over to Johanna Ballman, bringing the ball back up the court. She's going to find herself at the top of the key. Going to throw it over to Macy, but is no good. The ball almost goes out of the court, but it looks like the Cougars maintain it. But it looks like there's a call on the court. Looks like Aiden will be throwing the ball in to number 11, Tracy, bring the ball back down the court. Tracy's going to throw it over to number 21, Austin. Back over to Aiden. Over to Tracy again, going to try to go in for 3 points, and it is no good. Looks like the ball falls out of the rolls out of the court, and it is turned over to the Cougars. Abby with the ball now, bringing it back up the court. She's going to bring it to the top of the key, throwing it over to Johanna at the far wing, over to the top, over to Haley Morrison now. Going to try to go in for 2 points, and not for 2, over for 3, but is no good. Mila Kenyon with the rebound, trying to put the ball up, but is no good. Looks like number 5, Ali, was caught colliding arms with Leela. Leela's first shot is up, and it is no good. Leela will have one more opportunity for another point for the Cougars. The second shot is up, and it just barely misses. Turnover to the Hornets. Aiden throws the ball over to Tracy, bringing the ball back down the court. Going to throw it over to Tony. Going to try to go and throw the ball over to Austin, going in for 2 points. It is no good. Johanna Ballman with the rebound. She's going to throw it over to Abigail, bringing the ball back up the court. Ball is accidentally thrown over to the Hornets. Tracy with the ball now, bringing it back down the court. She's going to throw it over to Tony at the top, at the high post. Now throwing it over to Austin at the far corner. Back to Tracy. Over to Allie. Now back over to Tracy at the top of the key. Back over to Allie at the close wing. Allie's going to throw it back over to Tracy, going to the top of the key. Back over to Austin at the far wing. Back over to Aiden at the top of the key. Allie with the ball now, going to throw it over to number 11, Tracy. Going to put the ball up in the basket, which is good for 2 points. Johanna with the ball now, going to bring it back up the court. Going to throw it over to Haley Morrison at the far wing. She's going to try to go up for 2 points, and it is no good. Just barely missing. Looks like there's a call on the court. Well, not the call, but it looks like the ball rolls out of the court. Looks like number 3, Destiny Mitchell, comes in for Abigail. And number 2, Zoe Schwinton, comes in for Marissa Reaver. Looks like number 10, Tommy Gall will have the opportunity for a point for the Hornets. First ball is up, and it is no good. The Hornets trying to rebound the ball, but it looks like they are unsuccessful, and it rolls out of the court. Turnover to the Cougars. Number 3, Destiny Mitchell, will be throwing the ball in to Haley Morrison, bringing the ball back up the court. Haley throws it over intended for Destiny, but Mackenzie is there to steal it. Throwing the ball over to Tracy, bringing the ball back down the court. Ball is now thrown over to Mackenzie near the top of the key. Back over to number 5, Allie. Now over to number 25, but it is stolen by the Cougars. Haley was going to bring the ball up the court, going to put the ball in the basket for 2 points, which is good. Tracy with the ball now, bringing it back up the court, or down the court. We're going to throw it over to Mackenzie. Mackenzie's going to throw it over to Jesse, but Destiny Mitchell steals it. She's going to throw it over to Haley Morrison, but it is stolen by the Hornets. Jesse going to bring the ball over to Allie. Now back over to Mackenzie. Going to try to go in for 2 points, and is no good. Destiny Mitchell with the rebound. Ball is intended for Johanna Ballman, but is stolen again by the Hornets with number 15, Jesse, putting the ball up for 2 points, and it is good. Haley Morrison with the ball now. Going to bring the ball to the low post. Going to try to go in for 2 points, and it is no good. Looks like there's a call on the court, though. Looks like one of the Hornets were caught pushing. Haley Morrison will have the opportunity for a point or two for the Cougars. First shot is up, and it is good for a Cougars point. Second shot is up. It is no good. Haley Morrison with the rebound, but looks like number 4, Aiden, steals it and hands it off to Allie, bringing the ball back down the court. Allie's going to throw it over to Austin. Austin's going to chuck it all the way over to number 5, Allie. Allie throws it back to Austin near the far wing. She's going to hand it back off to Allie. Allie's going to try to, looks like the Cougars are blocking Allie off, but she throws it over to Aiden. Looks like there's a call on the court. It seems like number 4, Aiden, will have the opportunity for a point or two for the Hornets. Looks like number 10, Tommy, and number 11, Tracy, come in for the Hornets. Ball is up. The shot is good for a Hornets point. Second shot is up, and it is good. It is another point for the Hornets. Zoe Schwint throws the ball over to Johanna Ballman, bringing it back up the court. Find herself near the far wing. She's going to throw it over to Marissa River at the close corner. Now over to Leela Kenyon at the low post. Going to try to go in for 2 points, but it's no good. Hornets rebound the ball. Ball is handed off to number 11, Tracy, bringing it back down the court. Now over to Mackenzie at the close corner. Mackenzie's going to bring the ball up to the top of the key, but it's almost stolen by Destiny. Ball is now thrown over to Aiden, and that is the buzzer. Your score is Hornets 49, Cougars 30. The next game will begin here in about 15 minutes, and stay tuned for the boys' game. Welcome back to the game. You got the Otis-Bison Cougar boys versus the Dighton Hornets. First up for the Cougars, you have number 2, Christian Roth. First up for the Hornets, you have number 1, Jaden Coleman. Next up for the Cougars, you have number 3, Riley Pauley. Next up for the Hornets, you have number 10, Daniel Kramer. Next up for the Cougars, you have number 11, Easton Juno. Next up for the Hornets, you have number 12, Carson Schimmer. Next up for the Cougars, you have number 14, Peyton Butler. Next up for the Hornets, you have number 14, Max Neely. Last up for the Cougars, you have number 15, Hayden Morrison. Last up for the Hornets, you have number 22, George Von Lerode. Sorry if I said that wrong. That's the starting lineup, and now your commentators are going to be Abigail Rodriguez and Marissa Reber.
Number 10, Daniel Kramer with the pass of 14. Number 1 to 22, 22 for 2. That'll be George Von Leonrod. Number 12, Carson with the steal. 10 with the layup, Daniel.
Number 14, Peyton Butler passing the ball in. Riley.
Number 14 with steal, Max.
Number 3, Riley Pauley bringing the ball down for the Cougars. Riley kicks out to number 14, Peyton Butler. Peyton Butler shoots a 3. 3 is good.
They'll have number 12, Carson, passing the ball. Number 14, Max, bringing down the ball. No, that was number 10, Daniel. Goes up for 2, but it's blocked.
It's no
node. No node. Number 14, Max with the pass into number 22, George.
Number 14, Peyton Butler with the rebound, dribbling down the court. Pass number 2, Christian Rock with the shot. No good.
We'll have number 12, Carson with that rebound. Number 10, Daniel will bring it down. Pass to 14, Max. Back to 12, Carson. Outside 22 to 1, Jaden. He'll lob it into number 10. We'll have number 12, Carson, go up.
Number 3, Riley Polly bringing the ball down. Pass number 2, Christian Roth. Christian to Hayden Morrison. To Peyton Butler with the 3. That's good.
We'll have number 12, Carson. Call it a full timeout. We'll have number 10, Daniel, bring down the ball. He'll pass it into number 12, over to 22, George.
Number 14, Peyton Butler passes into number 15, Hayden Morrison.
We'll have number 1, Jaden, with that steal. He'll lob it up to 12. No good. I'll call a push on Easton. Number 14, Max Neely, passing the ball. Pass to number 12, Carson. No good. (22) George, up to 10, back to 14, Max. We'll have number 10, Daniel.
Number 3, Riley Pollard bringing the ball down. Pass number 14, Peyton Butler. Peyton Butler pass number 3, Riley. Riley back to Peyton. Peyton pass it to number 3, Riley. Riley.
We'll have number 14, Max, with that steal. Number 10 with the ball now, Daniel. Go up for 2, no good.
Number 1, Jake Kupengarner coming down the court. Pass number 2, Christian Roth with a shot. No good.
We'll have number 22, George, with that rebound. Number 10, Daniel, bringing down the ball. He'll pass it to 1, Jaden. Over to 14, Max. Number 12.
Number 14, Peyton Butler with the steal. Goes up for a layup, and layup is good.
We'll have number 12, Carson, passing the ball. Pass up to number 10, Daniel.
Number 14, Peyton Butler passing the ball in. Passes it into Jake Kupengarner, who dribbles down past to Easton Juno. Easton kicks it back out to Jake. Jake to Peyton with the 3. No good.
We'll have number 12, Carson, with that rebound. Number 10, Daniel, bring down the ball. Pass over to number 14, Max. Down to number 1, Jaden. Over to 22, George. Back to Jaden. Inside to number 12, Carson. Kicks it out to 10, Daniel. We'll have Daniel with his own rebound. He'll go up for 2. It's good.
Number 14, Payton passing it in. Pass it to 1, Jake. Gets knocked out of bounds by number 12, Carson Shimmer. Number 14 passing the ball in for the Cougars. And gets knocked out of bounds again by White. By Jaden Coleman. Number 14, Payne Butler passing the ball in. Pass it to number 3, Riley Polly. Riley passes it to Peyton Butler. Peyton to Easton. Easton kicks it out to number 14, Peyton Butler. Payne dribbles around, kicks it out to number 1, Jake Hoopengarner. Shoots a 3, no good. It is still orange ball. Number 14 passing the ball in. Number 2, Christian Roth gets the ball. Passes to number 3, Riley. Then back out to Jake. 3, Riley. Peyton. Number 11 with a shot and gets fouled. Easton Juno at the free throw line shooting 2 free throws. 1. And number 21, Logan Meyer coming in for number 2, Christian Roth. First free throw is no good.
Number 12 with the rebound. Pass to 10, Daniel. He'll dish it to number 12, Carson. Goes up for 2. Fouled on the way up. It'll be a foul on number 3, Riley Polly. Free throw's good.
Number 14 with the ball down at the corner. Passes to number 21, Logan Meyer.
We'll have number 23 grab that. Number 1, Jaden.
14 passing the ball in. Passes to number 3, Riley Polly. Riley dribbles out. Gets pushed out of bounds, and it is white ball.
Number 14, Max Neely passing in the ball. Pass to number 10, Daniel. Number 1, Jaden. Over to 14, Max. Number 22, George. Back to 14, Max. He'll go up, but is fouled. First, no good. Second one's good.
Number 3, Riley passing the ball in. Passes to number 14, Peyton Butler, back out to Jake Hoopengarner, who passed it to number 21, Logan Meyer. Gets fouled, going up for a shot, and is shooting 2. Foul's called on number 14, Max Neely. His first. First free throw's good. Second free throw, no good.
We'll have number 14, Max, with the rebound. Number 10, Daniel, bringing it down. Goes up for 2 and it's good.
Number 3, Riley Polly with the ball. Passes it. Tries
Number
passing
12.
it to number 14, Payne Butler, but gets it stolen. Number 3 with the ball, Riley Polly. Pass it to number 11, Easton Juno. Easton kicks it back out to Riley. Riley to Peyton. Peyton dribbles over, passes to number 1, Jake Hoopengarner. Jake with the pass back to Peyton.
We'll have number 12 with the steal. Pass to the 1, Jaden. No good.
So we got, oh, the time was up there. Not anymore. So it is Cougars ball. 29 seconds left of the first quarter. Maybe not. Okay, yeah. Jake passes it to number 11, Easton Juno. Easton to Peyton. Peyton dribbles down and passes it out in.
We'll have number 10, Daniel, with that steal. Dish to 1, Jaden, no good. Call it jump ball.
Mercer dropped the roster.
Kind of need that.
There's a timeout.
Number 14 with the 3, Jaden with the rebound. Pass to number 15, Peyton's no good. Number 14, Max passing to number 10, Daniel. Lob to Jaden. Looks like they're having some shot clock problems. We'll have Max passing the ball in again. Pass to number 10, Daniel. He'll shoot that 3. Number 12, Carson tried to tip it in.
So coming out into the second quarter, it is orange ball. Number 3, Riley Pauly bring the ball down. Pass number 14, Peyton Butler. Payne to Christian Roth. Christian lobs it half across court to Riley. Riley to Hayden. Hayden to Peyton. Peyton back to Hayden.
We'll have number 14, Max Neely with the steal. 10, Daniel with the layup.
Peyton Butler passes to number 3, Riley Pauly, who brings the ball down. And passes it to Peyton Butler. Peyton kicks it out in the corner to number 2, Christian Roth. Christian back to Peyton. Peyton to Hayden. Hayden to Riley. Riley kicks it into number 11, Easton Jr.
Oh, number 10, Daniel bringing down the ball. Pass over to 14, Max. Over to number 1, Jaden. Lob pass back to Daniel. Over to Max. Inside to number 12, Carson. He'll go up for 2. We'll have him grab his own rebound. Pass over to number 14, Max.
Payne coming down the court, receives a pass from Easton Juno and makes a layup.
Number 10, Daniel bringing down the ball. He'll lob it in to number 12, Carson. Inside to Jaden. Orange ball.
Number 14, Peyton Butler passing the ball in. Passes it in to number 11, Easton Juno. Easton dribbles down. Kicks it out to number 14, Peyton Butler with the 3. No good.
We'll have number 10, Daniel bringing down the ball. Pass it up to Jaden. He'll go up for 2. And 1. They'll call the foul on Peyton Butler. Be a second.
Number 15 with the ball, dribbles and kicks it to number 11. 11 to 2, Christian Roth. Christian Roth to layup, no good, but seems to get fouled. Yes, and is shooting 2. He got fouled by number 21, Hector Wilkeson. You know, I'm discovering a lot of new names.
Me too.
Christian Roth's first free throw is no good. Second free throw, no good.
We'll have 21 grab that. Hector. Pass up to 14, Max, outside to Daniel. He'll go up for 2. Call holding, number 12, Carson.
Number 15, Hayden Morrison, passing the ball in. Passes it into number 3, Riley Pauly, who brings the ball down. Riley dribbles down and passes to number 2, Christian Roth. Christian Roth passes to number 3. Ball gets knocked out of bounds by number 1, Jaden Coleman. Riley with the ball. Passes to number 11. Tries to
21, Hector grab that. Number 10, Daniel bring it down. 21, Hector. Up to 14, Max Neely. Back out to Hector. It was number 10 with the shot, Daniel. Max Neely passing it in. Switch out for number 21, Hector. Pass up to 14, Max. He'll drive in for 2, no good. Grab his own rebound. He's fouled on the way down. Foul on Easton Juno. Number 21, Hector passing in the ball. Pass out to number 10, Daniel. Lob pass over to Jaden. Back up to Daniel. Pass over to number 14, Max. Inside to 22, George. Outside to 21, Hector. Number 10, Daniel. Number 14, Max. Outside to 21, Hector. Down to Jaden. Back up to Max. Back down to Jaden. Pass it up to Daniel. He'll dish it to number 1, Jaden, which dishes out to 14, Max. He'll have Daniel grab that. Another foul by Peyton. That'll be his 3rd. First one's good. Second, also good.
Number 1, Jake Kupengarner bringing the ball down. Jake passes it to 3, Riley Pauly, back to Jake. Jake hits number 2, Christian Roth. Number 2, Christian Roth, back to number 1, Jake at the top of the key, passes number 3, Riley at the wing, back to Jake. Out to number 2, Christian Roth, back to Jake. In to Logan, back out to Christian. Christian with the ball, dribbles down, passes it out to number 1, Jake Kupengarner. Gets fouled. Fouls on number 10, Daniel Kramer. Number 3, Riley with the ball at the top, passes to number 1, Jake Kupengarner, back to Riley. Riley out to number 2, Christian Roth. Christian to Jake, Jake to Riley. Riley to number 21, Logan. Riley with the ball, hits Jake. Jake back to Riley, Riley to Christian.
Number 1, Jaden with the steal. He'll dish it to number 10, Daniel, the 2.
Jake with the ball. It's number 3, Riley Polly. Riley kicks it in, number 21. Block loses
Max
the ball.
tips it, and then it'll be dished to number 10, Daniel. Tipped out by Riley. Number 21, Hector with the pass in to Max. Over to Jaden, back to Hector. Still having trouble with the shot clock. Hector passing in the ball. Pass over to number 10, Daniel. Up to Max. He'll take the 3. No good.
Number 21, Logan Meyer with the rebound. Pass to number 14, Peyton. Dribbles down the court. Passes to number 3 on the corner with the 3. 3's good. That was 3 on Riley Polly.
We'll have Daniel bringing down the ball. Pass over to 21, Hector. Back to Daniel. Over to Max. Up top to Hector, over to Jaden. Down to Daniel. He'll lob pass it over to Max. Back out to Daniel. Over to number 1, Jaden. Dish up to Hector. Into number 4, Boston. Outside to number 14, Max. He'll dish out to Jaden. Jaden for 3.
Number 21, Logan with the rebound. Number 14, bringing the ball down. Hits number 3, Riley Polly at the corner. Back to Peyton. Peyton to Jake. Jake passes it back to Peyton with the 3. No good.
21, Hector with the rebound. Number 10, Daniel bringing it down. Inside to Boston. Kicks it back out to Max. Over to Hector. Up top to number 1, Jaden. Over to the wing. Daniel. The dribble in. Pulls up for 2, and it's good.
Number 14, Peyton Butler brings the ball down. Passes to Jake Hoopengarner. Jake to Riley with the 3. 3 no good.
Hector with the rebound. Pass out to number 1, Jaden. And back over to Daniel. Jaden kicks it out, but Easton deflects it. Daniel with the pass to number 1, Jaden. Kicks it out to 21, Hector. Over to Max. Max pulls up for 2.
Number 1, Jake bringing the ball down. Jake passes to Hayden. Pass no good. Jake passes to Riley. And that is the end of the second quarter. Dighton
42.
42, Otis-Bison 16.
Nobody can hear you.
Oh, they can't? Okay.
I can hear you. Yeah, but don't like make sure you're using the same volume. So you can hear her. My AirPods keep saying the battery's dead. I don't know what's going on there. What that's doing is I'm trying to figure out. Still picking up a lot more than it should be. See, you can even see it. Like, see how there's no balance on yours? You're not even talking. But if you put hers on, it's huge.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I feel like I can do it.
It's almost like there are different CCTV. That one might take a minute 50.
I bet.
When you start when you kind of tell it yourself.
We'll have number 10, Daniel, bring down the ball.
Still by Peyton Butler. Riley with the ball. Peyton Butler up top. Pass it to number 3, Riley Polly. Into Easton Juno. Pass no good.
Daniel with the steal. He'll pass over to Max. Max down to Jaden. Pass up to number 10, Daniel. Over to number 22, George. Inside number 12, Carson.
Number 14, Peyton Butler bringing the ball down. Pass to number 3, Riley Polly. Riley Peyton into Easton. Ball goes out of bounds.
I have number 14, Max, passing the ball. Number 10, bringing it down, Daniel.
Number 3, Riley Polly with the steal, going in for a layup. Layup's good.
Daniel bringing down the ball again. Number 22, George, up to Max. 22, George again. Up top to Jaden. Over to number 10. Back up to Jaden. Over 22, George. 10, Daniel. Back to Daniel. Over number 14, Max. 22, George. Number 1, Jaden. Back up to number 14, Max. Number 10, Daniel. Get past to Jaden. Jaden for 3. It's good.
14, passing the ball into number 3, Riley Polly, who brings the ball down. Pass it to number 14, Peyton. Peyton kicks it to number 3, Riley Polly. There's a travel called on him.
Number 10, Daniel bringing down the ball. Pass over to Max. Daniel again with the ball. Up to Max again. Number 1, Jaden, over to Daniel. Inside to number 12, Carson for 2.
Number 15, Hayden Morrison bringing the ball down. Passes it to number 14, Peyton Butler. Number 2, Christian Roth with the ball. Kicks out number 3, Riley Polly to Peyton, to Hayden Morrison. Back to Riley. Riley hits Morrison again. Ball goes out of bounds. There's still Cougars ball. Peyton passing the ball in. Passes it to number 3, Riley. Riley out to Hayden. There's a block called on number 14, Max Neely. Peyton throwing the ball in. Hits Easton down low and gets fouled. Easton's shooting 2. I was trying to see a little black bouncy lines thing.
Huh? Oh.
Okay. First free throw's good. Second free throw, no good.
Number 22 with the rebound. Daniel bringing down the ball. Get pass over to Max. Max inside to number 12, Carson. Carson grabs his own rebound, and 2 is good.
Hayden Morrison bringing the ball down. Pass to number 3, Riley. Dribbles in for a layup. Layup no good.
Number 12, Carson with that rebound. Pass to 14, back over to Daniel. Max with the ball again. Max with the lob into number 12, Carson. Carson's good.
Morrison bringing the ball down. Kicks it to number 3, Riley Polly. Riley into Easton Juno. Easton goes in, loses the ball, gets the ball again, loses it. Peyton Butler with the recovery. Passes it to number 11, Easton Juno with the shot, no good.
Number 12, Carson with that rebound. Pass over to Daniel. Daniel to Jaden. Jaden goes up, no good.
14, Peyton Butler with the rebound. Dribbles down. Passes to Easton. Pass is incomplete. Number 1, Jake Hoopengarner. Number 21, Logan Meyer in for Christian Roth and Riley Pauly.
We'll have number 15, Peyton Redburn, pass in to number 10, Daniel. Daniel, law pass in, no good. We'll have number 12, Carson, grab it and shoot 2.
Easton Juno with the rebound. Passes to number
Daniel with the steal. We'll go up for 2, it's good.
number 14, Peyton Butler, bringing the ball down. Passes to number 1, Jake Hoopengarner. Jake back out to Peyton. Back to Jake. Back to Peyton. To Morrison. Dribbles down. Passes it to number 1, 21, Logan Meyer. No good.
We'll have number 12, Carson. Pass to number 1, Jaden. Number 15, Peyton, pass over to Daniel. Daniel to Jaden. Jaden for 3. Good.
Peyton Butler bringing the ball down. He passes it to number 15, Hayden Morrison. Bounce pass into Easton Juno. Back out to number 14, Peyton Butler with the 3. No good. Rebounded by number 11, Easton Juno. Goes up for a shot. That's 2.
15, Peyton, passing to number 10, Daniel. He'll law pass it in to number 12, Carson. Grabs his own rebound. Dribbles it. No. Call a foul, number 11, Easton Juno. Number 1, Hector, passing it in. Number 15, Payne, into number 10, Daniel for 2.
Peyton Butler brings the ball down. Pass to number 1, Jake. Jake into number 21, Logan Meyer. Back out to Jake. Dribbles in, kicks it out to number 14, Peyton Butler, who drives in, shoots it, no good, gets his own rebound, shoots it again, and it's good.
Peyton passing to number 10, Daniel. Pass over to number 1, Jaden. Over to number 15, Peyton. Number 10, Daniel. Goes up for 2, is good.
Riley Pauly brings the ball down. Pass to number 14. Out to Jake Hoopengarner with the 3. No good.
We'll have number 15, Peyton with the board. Pass over to Jaden. Jaden over to Daniel. Peyton for 3. It's good.
Riley Pauly brings the ball down. Passes to Peyton. There's a timeout for the Cougars.
So far, number 10. Number 10, Daniel, has dropped 22 points.
And he's a freshman.
He's a freshman.
That's crazy. I wish I was that good as a freshman.
Yeah.
It's Cougars ball. Number 3, Riley Polly with the ball at the top of the key. Passes to 14, Peyton. Peyton back out to 3, Riley Polly. Into number 11, Easton Juno. Back out to number 1, Jake. And back to Peyton with the 3.
We have 21 Hector passing in. He actually crossed the line.
We did that last game.
Yeah. I thought there was a restraining line. Turns out there wasn't.
Yeah. It was just a thin black line, and that was the restraining line. Out of bounds and everything. Riley Polly with the ball at the top. Pass it to number 1, Jake. To Peyton with the 3, no good. Rebounded by number 11, Easton Juno.
We're calling the hold on number 15, Peyton Redburn.
14 passing the ball in. Payne passing it to number 3, Riley Polly. Riley passes to 14, Peyton Butler out to Easton Juno. Back to Peyton. Peyton hits Riley on the other side. Riley goes in, shoots it, no good.
21 Hector with that rebound.
Riley with the steal. Dribbles down. Hits number 14, Peyton Butler. Hits Jake. Out to Riley with a shot. Shot no good.
That shot actually looked good from here.
Yeah, it did. I was like, that's in. That's in 100%.
Me too.
All right, I don't know about you, but like right now, all I can think about is if we're gonna stop on the way back home.
Me too.
'Cause I'm hungry.
Me too. I'm very hungry.
All right, well, we're giving you, because that band is loud. Coming out in the fourth quarter, it is Cougars ball. Riley Polly bringing the ball down. Riley passes to Peyton. Peyton back to Riley with the 3. No good.
Love number 15, Peyton with that rebound. He'll also bring down the ball. We'll pass over to number 24, Camden, up to number 11, Porter, over to 15, Peyton. Inside to number 4, Boston, back out to number 11, Porter. We'll have 24, Camden with the ball. Oh, a foul.
No, you were saying this court seems smaller, but honestly, it seems bigger.
Really? Because on the court, I think it felt small.
Well,
Because like the
now that I think
distance
about it.
from half court to the 3 just seems way bigger in our court. 15, Peyton passing the ball. Over to number 11, Porter. Porter up to number 24, Camden. Passing to number 33, Colton.
Peyton bringing the ball down. Passes it to Riley. Riley to the corner, Hayden Morrison. Back to Riley, hitting Peyton Butler. Butler to skip past Hayden Morrison. Driving in, pass it to number 11, Easton Juno. Kicks out number 3, Riley Polly with the layup. No good. And there's a foul call, number 15, Paxton Redburn. So it is orange ball. Payton kicks to number 15, Hayden Morrison, to Riley, back to Payton, with the 3. No good.
We'll have number 15, Peyton Redburn, grab that rebound. He'll pass over to number 11, Porter. Up top to Camden. Over to number 15, Peyton. Up to number 11, Porter, down to Camden. Back up to Porter.
Peyton Butler with the steal, loses it. There's a foul called. Number 3, Riley Pauly, sorry.
Number 2 up to 11, Porter. We'll have 24, Camden up top. Over to number 2, Ray. Inside to 33, Colton. He'll actually travel.
Riley brings the ball down. Pass to number 15, Hayden Morrison. Bounce pass inside to number 21, Logan Meyer.
We'll have number 4, Boston with that steal. 11, Porter bring it down. Pass over to 24, Camden. Down to Ray. He loses it.
Number 15, Hayden Morrison with the steal. Pass number 1, Jake Hoopengarner. Back to Morrison. Back to Jake Hoopengarner. Back to Morrison. Inside number 21, Logan Meyer.
We'll have number 4, Boston catch that. Number 11, Porter bring it down. Over to Camden. Actually call a charge on number.
And the travel. One ref
24.
called a charge and one was like travel.
It was a charge.
Riley bringing the ball down. Pass number 15, Hayden Morrison in the corner with the 3. No good. Rebounded by number 11, Easton Juno, going up for 2, gets fouled. Easton Juno at the line. First free throw is good. Second free throw also good. Number 4, Cooper in for number 3, Riley Pauly, and number 5, Ian in for number 11, Easton Juno.
Number 24, Camden bringing down the ball. Pass over to 11, Porter. Up to Ray. Ray back to Camden. Up top, Porter. Ray with that. Porter pass to Camden. Back to Porter. Over to Ray. Camden with it. Call travel on Camden.
Jake Hoopengarner bringing the ball down. Pass it to Hayden Morrison. Back to Jake. Out to Cooper. Cooper.
Camden with the steal. He'll draw that foul on Jake. I'm not gonna lie, number 10 Daniel, he made a third of their points. 24 or 26 points just by him. I think number 12 may have made some. His first good.
This is a pretty young team. They only have 2 seniors.
Very young team. Looks like 11th grade. Left Cannon grabbed that rebound. Out to Ray. Ray for 3. They have a pretty big team, too.
Yeah, they do. Hayden Morrison brings the ball down. Pass to Jake. Jake back to Morrison. Back to Jake. Back to Morrison. Out to Cooper. Into number 21, Logan Meyer. Rebounded by number 5, Ian, who's shooting 2. Oh no, his glasses broke.
Oh, no. He's going to shoot 2 without his glasses.
Oh boy.
Oh, this is going to be fun. We gotta see what happens. Maybe it'd be like Leela.
Watch him just like swish him.
I know. He doesn't need glasses. It's all muscle memory.
There you go. Riley Polly trying on his glasses on the bench.
Oh, he actually made that without his
First
glasses.
free throw, good. Without glasses.
We had somebody yell 15 feet, and he's a farm boy. He should know.
That's what it was.
Yeah. The
Second
second
free
one,
throw,
also
good.
good. That'll be the
Wow.
end of the game. I'm not going to lie. That was the best part of this game.
Number 5, Ian, with 2 points. Without glasses. You know what? Just take the glasses away.
Yeah, he played really good without
need
them.
glasses.
Exactly. Okay, after this band, we will finish talking. It is very loud.
Yeah, they need to wait, because, like... All right, well, that is tonight's game. Everyone have a great night.